When I was 15, the thought of an apocalypse never troubled me. The only thing I couldn't give up, even in the face of the world's end, was the sunset on that beach. Watching the sun gently slide into the water's embrace, or fireworks dancing on the canvas of the night sky. Even if tomorrow were better, it wouldn't be worse, I thought. But in reading this letter, I imagine much has changed. Whether it's yourself or the world.
Can't read a hollow warning.
What disaster supplies should you buy?
Don't know the escape route.
Don't panic!
The answer's here. Bang nose.
Huh?
Bang nose. Bang who knows?
All right, good morning, everybody. It is Saturday, and I am live. I'm gonna probably be playing some ZZZ and Wuthering Waves today. Of course, starting with ZZZ, as you can see. I'm probably just gonna get through the story. Like, at least try to get through the story today as much as I can and see exactly what to do next. But yeah, I've been pretty busy on a week basis. And I did have something happen while I was like, as soon as I know I streamed like on last, I think it was like last Sunday, or no, Labor Day. I streamed last time I streamed was on Labor Day, and I like just, I guess I ended stream and then I just said, let me just, I forgot to spin. Oh, you got compensation. I take that. But yeah, I basically forgot to at least do this on stream, like go do the monthly reset for Labor Day, and I just did that. And turns out I got, oh, she's not here anymore, but I got I actually got Alice with the very first, like, I think it was like the very first or second single pull I did, I got her. So I've been building her on like a passive level, and so far she's not looking bad. I'm playing her with Jane Doe and Yuzuha, who seem like a really good mono physical, and I already have my Jane Doe built, so it works perfectly.
Should I use this time?
And honestly, the first time I ever cleared the Scottish Outpost thing, that story, well, not that story, but that form of content was with that type of team. So I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be a long-standing team for me for right now. So my physical team is pretty much perfect now that I got lucky and got her
Have a cup of coffee to jumpstart your day.
just like a random monthly reset pool. But I'm still building her somewhat, trying to build up her talents and stuff. So I would probably spend my energy on that. And then we'll start heading towards doing some of the story.
Focus on the target. Okay.
She also just triggers disorder without having to have like
Don't get hit. I'll make it painless.
Careful, don't get scared! A chance to score!
all right. I think I need to be funny like farming some of these as well, but I think I'm gonna get a lot from story, like doing content within the game, because I definitely have been lacking on the exploration aspect of the game. Like I even forgot that there's like a whole area I didn't do at one point for content that became like permanent, and I just kind of forget about it.
Wanna be my research subject?
Bear witness to the noble principles of the Timefield family.
But yeah, this is probably like, even though it's not physical, but pin ratio with pin, attack, crit damage, and anomaly seems like one of the best things I could put on her. At least until I can find something that's more permanent, but that seems like a permanent piece because pin ratio seems okay on her. I've been farming, but lately it's not like the best. Like I could try to see if this one is better, but I've been like hitting a lot of the defensive stats. Yeah, look at that, double HP. And then like you get the perfect, I don't know, maybe we can just do this attack one if it rolls well, but like look at that, defense main stat and then defense main stat, and it's like the perfect stats here. It's like in this day and age, like if it had like what Weather Wave stats where you could change the main stat, I definitely just change that main stat. Like, I might do this one instead. Like it just seems like it has more going for it, even though it's not anomaly mastery, which is what you want, I believe, but it has attack, and I think attack is another stat that she wants. I don't know. I definitely think it's something that I need to look at. But I also can build up this piece for her. It looks like I have 2 I can choose from. And we'll see. I guess we just see what we get. HP, of course. And then defense. I love it. I love it. I love it. Defense stats only. Like I lose my mind with this. Like that's, I'm pretty sure the percentage when it comes to rolling is just awful, because I see defense stats way more than defense. Like it has to be heavily favored towards that. Oh, but also with the update we got like the new set, and I probably need to just start changing all of my supports to this. Energy regen, when the equipper is a support character and uses an EX special attack or ultimate, the damage dealt by all squad members increases by 18%, 25 seconds. Repeated triggers reset it. Fast effects of the same number do not stack. So you only need one person to hold this set. But it's definitely something to be replaced, like this one. When launching a chain or ultimate attack, increases all squad members damage by 15%. Like this is just all around better. And I have been farming a bit of it, and I just haven't really put it on anyone yet. Like I think it definitely can be used on Sukaku, but I think I'm using this one for some odd reason. Yeah, I don't even know why I'm using it, but I think it's because she's been with Yabi. And then this one,
Is the concert starting?
like I definitely know it goes well probably
Nothing
with
to fear.
Cole, but
The cunning hairs are here.
maybe I'm wrong. I don't see, it's not recommending it, but that might just not be updated.
To what do I owe the pleasure?
But I know the new character that comes out for Spook Shack, I forgot her name, that comes out. I'm hoping she's ran with Monado. But I know she's gonna be running, like that's probably gonna be a set for her. Because she seems like she just uses, like she spams special attack and stuff, ultimate, to summon like ethereals and stuff, which seems like it's gonna be pretty fun. Alright, but I guess we can go ahead and see what seed. I'm definitely not rolling for seed. I think they even said she's not the best on her release, but she's just not a character I found intriguing. Alright, the attack day teammate with the highest initial attack is considered Seed's Vanguard. When Seed uses the EX special attack, it applies direct strike status to the Vanguard when the Vanguard uses it. Okay. So basically just All right, so I guess when you have an attack type, so she goes well with Haramasa, definitely, right? All right, this is steel charge. I got a lot of damage.
Homing barrage! Fire!
Okay, so you actually have to hold it.
Oops, I can't really control my strength. Need a shower? It's raining show.
Speedrunner disengaged.
No problem.
She definitely seems good. Oh, and then Trigger as well. I actually was not playing when Trigger was or Sylvan, so we have neither of these characters.
Recalibrating.
I do remember playing her in like one of the stories.
Show no mercy.
An Electro stun for this.
Copy. Ether. Vision activate. Support in position. Help your
My turn, my turn.
Alright, and as you can tell, I've been getting like sorta kinda the sort of extra rashy throat.
recalibrating. My bullets are one with the wind. Now or never. Adjusting for wind.
My turn, my turn!
Ether vision activate. Awaiting.
Don't worry, that's gonna hurt a lot.
Hit the core.
That'll teach ya! Over here!
Help pierce right through. Support in position.
Fine.
Alright, it's taking way longer than the other one. Alright, and that's the demos out of the way. What I like is that once you do a demo, you don't have to ever do it again. Even when their characters reappear, as long as you did it once, I believe you just never have to do it again. Alright, so... Are we just getting straight into the story? Let me see. I think I'm going to 6th Street first. I didn't mean. Like I honestly have not done much. I haven't cleared one. I thought I did at least one of them, but nope, I haven't done any of them.
Anna? Is that how you say hello?
Nope. And there are at least 5 grammar mistakes in that sentence. But let's not get into that right now. Never
Oh yeah,
thought
apparently
Coach
she
Asta
speaks
would
Bang
bring
Boo.
you in as an assistant proxy. Given that I failed being the combat training instructor, guess it's time for me to bow out. The feeling of failure sucks. Like chugging a ton of nitro fuel and then riding a roller coaster 16 times straight.
So, you were the one training the Bang Boo for combat? Given how strong you are, you wouldn't think you'd have any problem. How exactly were you training them?
I simply taught them how to handle ethereals. Nothing special. For an average ethereal, you close the distance and then you punch it.
And then?
Then the ethereal becomes many small pieces? Oh, and if you punch the right spot, some of them even explode! I should probably write that down. It's a fun experience. I'll teach them that next time. Oh, given the chance.
Wait, that's it? There's no next step. But what if it's not just an average ethereal, and it's got some kind of ranged attack? What do you do then?
Oh, that one's a little trickier. You'll need an extra step. First, you dodge the attack. Then, you get close and punch it. The end!
What if it's an elite ethereal? You know, the kind that
So she's
doesn't
just
go down
very-
with one punch?
She's simple
One
minded.
punch doesn't do it. Just throw a few more. That usually works. Simple as that.
Your teaching is great, but next time, maybe try a method that's a little easier for Bang Boo to understand?
I find what you just said a little hard to understand too. Anyway, what exactly do you want me to do? I have a mission. I need to leave now. Oh, I'll leave them to you. Battle.
Alright, I've got things.
I think this was the event, not the story. Yeah. So let's get to this. Which I'm probably pretty sure is gonna get into what was going on after the fact of Spookstrap's thing. before we went on vacation. Mysterious mayor, yeah.
Hey kids, I trust you've been well. The miasma shrouding Lemnian Hollow still hasn't cleared, and since Wi-Fi Peninsula is also a major production area for porcelain ore, I imagine the air quality there isn't so great.
The city's air isn't great, but the real concern is the miasma still spreading through Wi-Fi Peninsula. Do you have any plans to address it, Mr. Mayor?
A close attendant friend of mine once told me that, as a senior, it's more friendly to start with some pleasantries before diving into the main topic. But enough small talk. I'm calling about the continued threat of the miasma and the dangers still posed by the Exaltists. Miasma is a natural byproduct within the Hollows, a unique form of ether that causes more severe corruption effects than ordinary ether, producing even more powerful ethereals and sacrifices. That's nothing new to you two, Phaethon, but the miasma raging within Lemnian Hollow has far exceeded what natural seepage could produce.
It's all because of the Exaltists. They've been using miasma to research and create sacrifices. And now miasma is spreading rampantly within the Hollow.
That's right. From thwarting the Exaltists' plan to seize control of Wi-Fi Peninsula to dismantling Porcelumex, everything you've done has surely dealt a major blow to the Exaltists' influence in the region.
But the Exaltist actions are still harming the people of Wi-Fi Peninsula, and the miasma in Lemnian Hollow shows no sign of letting up.
Which brings me to the reason I'm troubling you both this time. The opportunity to root out that evil once and for all has finally arrived. Porcelumex's co-chief executive officer Ferox secretly allied with the Exaltists to carry out unlawful hollow experiments, seriously endangering the safety and interests of Wi-Fi Peninsula's citizens and businesses. I'll spare you all the official jargon, but in short, Porcelumex's influence and control over Wi-Fi Peninsula have been significantly restricted. But investigations and operations by the city government in Wi-Fi Peninsula are still being hindered because another major player has rolled in. A defense force unit, led by Major General Lorenz, has been deployed to Wi-Fi Peninsula over the past few days, imposing temporary military control to investigate Porcelumex and contain the Exaltist threat.
The Defense Force wasn't involved with the issues in Wi-Fi Peninsula before, so why'd they show up now?
Wi-Fi Peninsula is a key porcelain production area after all, and has always been a highly contested prize amongst the city's various official powers. Besides protecting the city, everyone is eager to claim a bigger share of the wealth and influence it provides. Major General Lorenz is no easygoing man. Ruthless would be the mildest way to describe him when it comes to achieving his goals. According to my sources, he has a close personal relationship with Porcelumex's other co-chief executive officer, Lucro, and the two often work together. With Ferox's downfall, Lucro secured Lorenz's support by offering him a share of Wi-Fi Peninsula's interests. Having the backing of a Defense Force Major General would greatly benefit his dealings within TOPS.
Sounds like a power game between TOPS and the Defense Force. But where exactly is this opportunity to take out the Exaltist remnants?
According to the action plan the Defense Force submitted to the city, eradicate the Exaltists sits at the top of their agenda. That's also their most legitimate reason for deploying to Wi-Fi Peninsula. Of course, I don't believe Lorenz is only there to dutifully protect the city, but with Porcelumex and the Defense Force already muddying the waters, a heavy-handed move by the municipal government could turn the conflict into a turf war over interests. I won't pretend I'm above it all, but I do believe that protecting the citizens' safety is more important than short-term gains. That's why neither the city government nor Yunquay Summit can act directly this time. But for you, Phaethon...
Yes.
Always time for us to
Phaethon,
get in the
a
act.
legend among proxies, an outlaw of the underground, the last disciple of a secret
I'm in the
research
front
institute.
lines these
Mayor
days.
Mayflower's wondrous right hand, The one who saved the Void Hunter from the brink of collapse. It's my time to shine again, right?
To be honest, I won't need all those people helping me. But you're right. It's time for the protagonist to take the stage. I spotted the name Obel Squad on the Defense Forces unit roster. I've heard of their past exploits, and some of their members have had both professional and personal dealings with you. I believe they could be a trustworthy source of support. Their commanding officer this time is Miss Isolda, who worked with you during the investigation into the Exaltists in Porcelumex. I assume you're already well acquainted with her.
So, we'll be taking part in the operation against the Exaltists as proxies working with the Defense Force?
Exactly. But the title proxy won't fly in the Defense Force's operational report. You'll be introduced as Special Holotech Advisors and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations during your visit with the Defense Force. Sorry, official organizations do love to make up long and difficult-to-remember titles, but sometimes those titles can come in handy. Though I have to say, the ones you came up with a moment ago did sound a lot cooler.
By the way, we came across a few scattered clues about our teacher in the last mission, but we still didn't make any real headway.
There's still no solid intel on Miss Carol Arna, but within the limits permitted by the Defense Force, you're still free to pursue her whereabouts as you see fit. I've already informed the Defense Force and Miss Isolda in advance. The specific plans and arrangements will be up to you two to discuss with Isolda and Obel Squad. Well, I have official duties to attend to, and you both have an important mission ahead, so let's keep it brief. Once again, I wish you the best of luck.
Honestly, I think Obel Squad might be my most like not my most dislike, but my most knowledge team up. Like I have like no idea what goes on with Obel Squad. I just know they've appeared in the story. We've helped them out. I remember playing Soldier 11's video story, so, and how we teamed up for that. All right, let's get serious for a second. Oh, they're not serious. They're just allowing for accessories out. All right, let's go meet Obel Squad. And like I said, they're gonna have us on the front line with Obel Squad. Crazy. Orphe. And Magnus.
The Hollow hit City Center out of nowhere. Without support from the Obsidian Division, they won't hold for long.
I knew you couldn't count on Helios's warning systems.
Doesn't matter. We've seen worse, haven't we?
The track we're guarding this time is a key route for evacuating civilians and transporting aid. This is our last line of defense. The civilians are right behind us. We must hold the line.
Magus, you're late today?
You never miss Captain's pep talk.
Let me guess. You were off doing last-minute gear checks for us. Still, They've got a point. Tardiness is unacceptable, soldier.
Obsidian Division. Agamemnon Squad assembled.
Obsidian Division, Agamemnon Squad, requesting backup. Obsidian Division, Agamemnon Squad, requesting backup.
Fall back, Orpheus.
Fall back. No. No. We have to kill it. Whatever it takes. Get back. I'm from Yunkoi Summit. We'll hold the line from here. You can fall back now, comrades.
Everyone. We can still save them. And the civilians, they're right behind us. We can't back down. We cannot fall back!
So, is this the end? Revenge. Against what? The Hollow? Against everything. I've already lost everything.
Captain? Captain Magus? Nagus, were you dreaming again?
Intelligent constructs don't dream. It was just leftover cache fragments tucked away deep in my memory module.
So, were you dreaming about the past again?
It's a good thing you gave up your studies at the Meta School to enlist, Orphe.
What can I say? My brain can be a bit slow at times.
Oh, they're dumb.
Anyway, Magus, you talk in your sleep all the time.
I don't sleep. It's a self-diagnostic mode. And I've told you before, use my proper title while on duty. And stop eavesdropping on me.
Yes, Captain Magus! I swear, I'll never listen to you sleep talking again. But given how you're always right behind me, it's kinda hard not to overhear.
It's not sleep talking.
I guess I'm just not the biggest fan of
residual
Orchie or
signals from the
Seed's
vocal module
personality.
during self-diagnostic mode.
Yes, Captain Magus. I swear, I'll never eavesdrop on your, whatever that was during self-diagnostic mode again.
Still, it's strange. I actually overslept today. I mean, my self-diagnostic ran longer than expected. It feels like some kind of bad omen.
Are intelligent constructs superstitious too?
Well, I am just like you. An idiot who dropped out of school to join the military. Superstition is the only knowledge I've got that I can actually rely on. Enough breakfast chit-chat. Time to get ready for this morning's operational briefing, Orphe.
Yes, Captain Magus.
All right. Alright, so Banon isn't here now, so we're not gonna play as the proxy yet. I guess he just comes along later.
Good morning, everyone. Today's briefing is to discuss the tactical details for the raid on the Exaltus stronghold. Thanks to previous infiltration ops and documents from Porcelumex, we've gathered intel on several key Exaltus communication hubs within the Hollow. However, we still need more detailed intel on the exact location of their headquarters and the distribution of their personnel. Therefore, Before the main force advances into the Hollow to launch a full sweep, we will deploy several elite squads to their comms outposts within the Hollow for recon. The first shot of this battle will be fired by Obel. The results you achieve will be critical to the success of the operations that follow.
Leave it to me, Isolde.
Captain Magus, remember to use proper ranks during operations.
Yes, ma'am. After all these years, it's not like you don't know my bad habits.
Magus? Captain, you were the one lecturing me about that just this morning.
After all this time, we finally get to fight side by side again, Isolde. Colonel.
Ma'am, I heard for this operation, a special envoy from the city government will be assisting Obel Squad. Is that confirmed?
Yeah, Trigger was just telling me we've got a super capable and trustworthy friend coming to work with us.
Trigger is right. There will indeed be a guest from the city government joining us as a technical advisor to assist Obel Squad in the operation. Per the agreed arrangements, our guest will meet you all inside the Hollow. The Exaltists have long plagued Lifebay Peninsula. Obsidian Division's mission is simple. Eliminate the source of this chaos once and for all. Their repeated failures have cost them dearly. Our task now is to eliminate the remaining stragglers and strike directly at their headquarters. We have obtained intel on multiple enemy strongholds. You will be deployed as scouts. Your objective is to investigate and pinpoint the enemy's main base. Blitz Squad will handle the frontal assault. You will also rendezvous with the technical advisor dispatched by the mayor and assist them in securing the key data. Aegis Squad, you will strike the enemy from the air, providing firepower and intel support for all units on the ground. Operation codename Blitz and Aegis. Obel Squad, gear up and get ready!
A little briefing before we go out.
Obel Squad reporting in. We are at the target hollow.
Alright. So we get to play as Orphe and Magus. And they basically do aftershock off-field damage like a lot of these characters been doing. Lately, they've been doing a lot more off-field damage supports.
Blitz Squad in position.
Do you copy?
We're en route with the chopper. ETA 20 minutes. Landing at Blitz Squad 3 o'clock.
Primary objective, rendezvous with the mayor's envoy.
Alright, that was actually pretty nice. But, so is the tail like hers, or is it just like just attached to her? Like, that's why her character just seems so weird to me.
Stay focused on the battle.
I don't know why I'm adventuring in this place. This game doesn't really reward adventuring.
By the way, why are we meeting inside the hollow?
Captain Magus is all about action. She prefers getting to know our partners in live combat scenarios rather than listening to someone introduce them.
Basically, we want him on the front line, so he can be a liability.
We successfully rendezvoused with the
Like, I
target.
feel like he's just been
Now,
a liability a lot of
Colonel
times.
Isolde's intel report. Captain Magus, this is the special hollow
He's supposed to be in
technology
Bang Boo form, in my
the
opinion.
mayor's special envoy for military operations, as well as the...
Wait, didn't Isolde say there was only one target? How many people are we talking about here?
You can call me Lord Phaethon. I'm only kidding. I thought that might lighten the mood. Just call me Proxy.
So this is the amazing Mr. Phaethon that Trigger and Soldier 11 were talking about. Turns out you're actually pretty down to earth.
I know who you are. You must be the infamous Phaethon they mentioned, right?
Trigger was definitely talking about the renowned Mr. Phaethon.
Usually, only heroic characters are described as renowned. For villains, it would be...
If the other side is a villain, then working with them means we're on the side of villains too.
To be honest, I'm still a little uneasy about having a proxy join up with Obel Squad. I'm an old-timer who plays by the rules. No dramatic backstory, no need for wild adventures like the younger ones. So I've rarely had dealings with anyone outside the military. Especially someone from, well, the underworld, like you.
A hero working from the dark side, protecting the city in secret. I have to admit, that sounds pretty cool.
Sure, I've heard stories of your accomplishments, but don't mistake that for me seeing you as a hero. Everyone walking the city has their own purpose, especially someone with a complicated background like you. But I hope your goals won't interfere with Obel's mission, or violate the Defense Force's principles. Otherwise...
If what you call your principles are genuinely just, and your aim is to protect others, then I'd say we're on the same side.
I hope so.
Whether I'm a villain or a hero, let's keep our focus on the mission. After all, we're still deep inside the Hollow, surrounded by Exaltists.
Regardless of your position, if you get things done, that's not bad in my book.
Next, I'll briefly outline the mission objectives and explain the role that Phaethon will play in this operation. As an expert Hollow guide, or a proxy, Phaethon will use the current map intel and Hollow data to chart the most efficient route for us, Obel Squad. At the same time, we'll provide cover for Phaethon as the proxy collects Hollow data and monitors the changes and activity of the miasma.
We've got plenty of trained scouts in the military. Can a proxy with no combat experience really handle such an operation?
Captain Magus, according to the intel report and squad member accounts, the proxy has combat experience working alongside Trigger and Soldier 11. Sharper, more precise, and more perceptive than any scout. That's how Soldier 11 described the proxy. I don't think we've ever seen anyone who's earned the approval of both Trigger and Soldier 11 outside of our own squad members.
If no other squad members or Isolde have any objections, that wraps up the mission briefing. Don't fall behind, Proxy.
I definitely know that you can like time her basic attacks and be able to just constant fire. I just do not know it perfectly.
Oh no! Still no response. The enemy reinforcements just keep coming.
And it takes a lot. It takes a lot of thinking to do that. Who is playing Soldier 11 right now? Because they are like insane in my book.
The fastest way to restore comms is to disable the nearby jamming.
Captain, put me in. I'm ready.
The miasma around us is getting bigger.
It's rising around us. Keep an eye out for stronger enemies.
Ayo.
The new enemy? Oh no, the strike squad.
Right above the enemy, Captain.
Searching for the mission target.
Alright, so
Aegis squad has reached the LZ. Blitz squad, do you copy? Comms seem to be jammed. Is Seat Senior's comm system still working?
No, the speakers are
alright, that's
fuzzy with
insane.
static.
Like,
Let's clear the nearby enemies first, then regroup with the captain ASAP. I wonder if the proxy, the envoy and the captain have met up safely.
The area's all clear now. All those annoying pests.
Oval Squad might be like
Come in, Blitz
for a
Squad.
specific group of people.
Agent Squad, coming.
Agents reporting in. Loud and clear, Captain.
We just shut down the enemy's gunman.
Okay, what is this wall?
Agent Squad, are there any ether transmission terminals inside the control room?
Cool off a bit,
Rush. New objective. Shut down the ether transmission system.
Being fired.
Remote support.
See the trigger combo just might be the most insane thing I've seen. Character design wise, yeah.
The ether transmission system has been shut down.
That is for a specific type of group for
Great.
people.
That cuts off the supply of miasma.
Eliminate the remaining enemies and head to the meeting point. And the rest is shown what we do. Blitz Squad has finished clearing out the remaining enemies.
Roger. Aegis Squad has successfully secured it.
Those things look like coffins. They're kind of creepy. Huh?
Alright, so we gotta control the Bang Boo now.
The unknown device. Now analyzing. Network communication structure detected.
These devices are interconnected, probably forming part of a larger equipment array. By cracking part of the data, we can locate the other devices.
Looks like Proxy's quite the skilled hacker.
You're amazing, Proxy.
You're not secretly
Isn't that an understatement?
Are you?
Hey, come on. I'm a professional. I have standards.
Communication structure analysis. 50% complete.
I mean, we don't really seem like hackers anymore, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's what the whole premise of Phaeton is, right?
Those are ether reactors made by Porcelumex. To be honest, they look pretty ominous.
Her combat is kind of goofy, right? Someone that doesn't really seem that capable, but the tail kind of directs her in the right direction, so it works out.
Even if
This is the only route Blitz Squad can take.
the mission went without a hitch. Great work, everyone.
And thanks to the envoy for all his hard work, too.
You all carried the operation. I was just doing my duty.
So like when she falls off the scooter, is she just like fucked at that point?
Huh?
Seed, you've met them before.
Oh, it's you, Proxy.
You're Seed, right? It's been a while. We met briefly during the Porcelumex inspection.
I remember. Oh, Seed Senior says he remembers too. Shh, he's asleep right now, so he can't talk to you himself. But according to Seed Senior, you're someone who can be trusted. Someone worth trusting. Well, to be honest, it was Trigger and Soldier 11 who told Seed Senior first. And then Seed Senior told me.
So he's sleeping apparently, and that's what we got from her character trailer
Senior.
too.
Is that the name of your mech?
He's not a mech. Seed Senior is an intelligent construct, totally different from exoskeleton-based vehicles like mechs. You carry the same scent as me, Proxy. You must be quite knowledgeable in this field. Did you attend classes properly back in school, Proxy?
Strictly speaking, I never really went to a typical school.
Sounds like a lie.
You two have quite a unique way of talking.
The Defense Force, or rather, Obel Squad's comms channel, also seems to be tuned to a pretty unusual frequency.
Birds of a feather flock together, as they say.
The Proxy wasn't complimenting us, Soldier 11. You dummy.
Being able to tune into both Seeds and Soldier 11's wavelength at the same time, I have to say, you really are something special.
Wavelength? Are Seed and Soldier 11 intelligent constructs too?
Still, winning over these girls might be easy, but as their commanding officer, I have to assess you with the utmost caution. All right, everyone, that's enough chit-chat. Let's not forget, we're still in the middle of a battlefield here. Although we've tracked down the Exaltists' communication outpost, it seems all that's left are supplies they didn't have time to evacuate with. We came up empty on both the location of the Exaltists' main base and the research data you were looking for, Proxy.
The most efficient way to move such a large amount of supplies in a short time would be through spatial fissures. The Exaltists have been operating in Lemnian Hollow for a long time. They must have access to fissure coordinates unknown to the Defense Force. But no one knows the labyrinths of hollows better than Phaethon.
Phaethon's skills are like magic. Sounds way more impressive than a carrot.
Sounds pretty mysterious. Anyway, you're confident you can catch up with them, right?
I got this. Inside those devices, those are all sacrifices?
Seed, confirm the number of enemies.
Locking onto hostile targets. There's 8 in total. Look at it. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. 0.
What did I just say about him being a liability on the front lines? Literally petrified.
All enemies eliminated.
It's insane that he's on the front line.
The rambling old man is a little Seed's trophy.
The final sacrifice is about to begin. How can swirling dust compete with a blazing fire?
Do all the Exaltists talk like this? It's really hard to understand.
Seed, make him shut up.
Foolish unbelievers!
Hey, Seed Senior. You've got to be careful with how you treat prisoners.
They've done more than enough harm. Being gentle isn't exactly a priority.
What sets these Exaltists apart from typical villains is their fanatical devotion to the Creator, which often drives them to act unpredictably. Even if they act in the shadows without rhyme or reason, the miasma remains essential to them. If we follow that trail, it could very well be the weakness that brings them down.
These so-called fanatics are nothing more than villains who treat ether as a deadly poison corrupting new Eridu, aiding and abetting its destruction. Let's see if they stay so devoted when confronted with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers!
Calm down, Captain Magus. As vile as the Exaltists are, not every member is guilty. Many innocent civilians were deceived into joining. In other words, not every Exaltist member deserves to be met with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers.
We've hardly caught anyone yet, and you're already defending them? I know how to throw around grand quotes too. Like no snowflake in an avalanche ever feels responsible. You're awfully sympathetic towards these scumbags. Perhaps because you're one of them?
Enough! Captain Magus, I'm pretty sure your remarks have already exceeded the boundaries set by Commander Isolde's temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon, specifically the section designated for Magus.
Huh? How come no one told me about it?
Don't speak harshly to your squad mates, and don't say anything that kills morale. That's what you taught us, Captain Magus.
I don't consider them a comrade. At least not yet.
Whether we're allies who can rely on each other or simply partners with our own suspicions, let's stick to our duties, Captain Magus.
Wouldn't have it any other way, Phaethon.
There's a critical piece of intel that needs immediate attention. What just emerged from the Obscura is a bioweapon created by the Exaltists, known as a sacrifice. These Obscura, and the factories that produce them, are scattered throughout Lemnian Hollow.
No, not just Lemnian Hollow. According to the data from Porcelumex and the intel Commander Isolde has gathered, there are a large number of Obscura placed throughout Waifei Peninsula. Over 300 of them.
Over 300? Not even the entire Obsidian Division could deal with that many monsters.
The entire Obsidian Division would just end up as monster food.
We have to get this information to Command immediately. The Exaltists' actions may be far more dangerous than we had anticipated.
No, that's not right. Although I did come across Obscura shards tainted with sacrifice energy, there's still no solid evidence to confirm that all Obscura have sacrifices in them. The Obscura devices I saw in Phylum Heights didn't all carry traces of sacrifice energy. More importantly, creating a creature as powerful as the sacrifices would require an unimaginable amount of ether. There's no way the Exaltists have access to such an immense supply of ether and miasma.
Or they would have destroyed New...
Phew. Good thing the bad guys we're dealing with this time aren't that powerful. Yet.
Hey, did you two completely forget that courage is a soldier's greatest virtue?
Captain, didn't you say that kind of talk is just something generals say to sound impressive?
The proxy has a point. But there's definitely something suspicious about the Obscura and Waifei Peninsula. We need to organize thorough inspections and patrols as soon as Obsidian Division has already mobilized outside Lemnian Hollow. Those Exaltist rats will soon be...
A fanatic's last stand is often the most ferocious.
After spending over a decade in the military...
What Captain Magus meant to say was...
That's not what I meant!
Lady Sarah must be too close to the wall.
in all, the scouting mission was a success. Mobile Squad took no casualties. Against our firepower, those Exaltus lunatics didn't stand a chance. It's honestly baffling how HSO and public security got completely outplayed by the Exaltists. Their actions are chaotic and lack any strategy. Though credit goes to Commander Isolde's flawless planning.
The proxy was amazing too. Just like Trigger and Soldier 11 said. And just like all those rumors on Internet.
Huh? Orphe, since when have you been visiting sketchy sites like Internet behind my back?
Help!
Calm down, Captain Magus. What you've dealt with so far are just the Exaltus scattered remnants.
I know. We already have the hollow coordinates for the Exaltus base. I'm not worried about a head-on clash. What worries me are those Obscura and the Sacrifice creatures.
Leave the search for the Obscura to me and the city forces. You focus on the mission inside the Hollow. You can't just grasp at weeds. You have to dig out the roots. All this might just be a diversion by the Exaltists. By the way, Proxy, I heard your performance in the Hollow was top-notch as always. How's working with Obel? Has Captain Magus been giving you any trouble?
I'll have to think about that. I do remember Captain Magus saying that Phaethon is a villain who should be dealt with using 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military-grade high-energy lasers.
Don't go taking things out of context to make me look like the bad guy. I'm a straight shooter.
Got it. Looks like the temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon doesn't really hold much sway over Captain Magus.
It's all because I wasn't decisive enough. Please don't punish Captain Magus.
She's not the most soft-spoken, but Captain Magus and the squad have been doing their best to support me, and her military-grade high-energy laser is definitely reassuring.
All right. Without the proxy support, our operation wouldn't have gone this smoothly.
Whew. I guess this is the part where old grudges melt away and everyone makes nice.
But if you're that talented, why settle for the dishonorable role of a proxy? Why not join the military, earn a proper rank, and truly protect New Eridu?
What's so dishonorable about it? The work we do in the shadows brings us closer to the light than many of those who stand in it.
You're being a little harsh today, Captain.
Proxy, how many unqualified civilians have you led straight into danger within the Hollows? And how many shady Hollow Raiders have you guided to dirty money?
You're right, Captain Magus. The underworld does have its dark side, but a lot of people are forced into it. They have to avoid the light and just try to survive in the shadows. And this grand, respectable world you speak of, is it really filled with nothing but righteous heroes? Is your defense force really so perfect? Every single person?
You...
All right, kids, enough bickering. The only villain here is the grumpy old Isolde. You're all brave, shining heroes, okay?
So Magus just disproves of Phaethon because he's a hacker? Okay.
Looks like the captain got shut down by Commander Isolde again.
Even the proxy's been
Because
lumped
that's
in
just the
with the
simplest
kids.
way to put it.
Looks like we're all in the same class now.
This concludes the briefing. Proxy.
The Major General wants to see me? That can't be good.
Relax. I'll be with you.
Sir, your guests.
Colonel Isolde, I heard that, Obel Squad has already obtained the coordinates of the Exaltist headquarters.
That's correct, sir. The recon operation was a success. However, we also discovered something unexpected. There are numerous ether reactors installed around Wi-Fi Peninsula, known as Obscura, which may pose a significant threat.
You can handle the specifics with your squad. You know I've always counted on you. Just make sure I get results.
Yes, sir.
Among all the mediocrity in the Obsidian Division, Isolde, you're the one who truly stands out. I'm really glad I found you back then. Someone like you shouldn't be stuck on the front lines. I'm pragmatic, but I always make sure my subordinates are treated fairly. This is a big opportunity, but I went to great lengths to get troops into Wi-Fi Peninsula. So this mission is one we cannot afford to fail.
Yes, sir.
Ah, I seem to have forgotten about our guest. Isolde, the person beside you.
This is the officially appointed Hollow Technical Advisor and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operation, Wise.
Welcome to Wi-Fi Peninsula, Ambassador Wise.
I've been in Wi-Fi Peninsula for a while now. Honestly, it's more appropriate for me and Swabian Temple to be the ones welcoming the defense force.
I thought it's also weird for Phaethon just to be showing his face now to military,
Pardon my memory,
like
nearly forgot
high-ranking military officials too, right? Like, should he just be in Bang Boo form? It makes more sense. You can.
Why is one of the mayor's
In the beginning, you could literally write that off as just being the Bang Boo for your team. But now you're literally showing face
Wise was appointed by the
and
city
putting
as a
yourself at
technical
risk
advisor and
as a
envoy for
hacker.
Mayor
Like,
Mayflower, sir.
He's here I
to
don't
assist
really
and
get the
oversee the Defense
direction
Force's
they're taking with
operation.
Phaethon taking the front line,
Assist, huh?
besides just making him
If
a
the High
playable character in
Preceptor
the
of
future.
Yunquay Summit had shown up in person, perhaps.
Well, a
I'd consider
combat-oriented
that
character in the future.
And as for the supervision, since when does Mayflower get a say in when Obsidian Division pulls?
Sir, Wise is only here to assist Obel Squad. This has nothing to do with the main force's operations or all part of the agreement to keep the City Council from meddling with our military affairs in Wi-Fi Peninsula. Which, I imagine...
Of course. Your arrangements are always right on point, Colonel.
Like, all it literally takes is this guy looking a little into his background and finding out he's Phaethon.
Since you're the Hollow experts,
It's not that hard.
Mayor, it's only right that I give you a proper welcome. Unfortunately, military secrecy is of utmost importance, so I'm afraid I can't escort Wise to the more refined venues in the city for a proper... Colonel Isolde? Until this operation is over, all of Wise's external communications and movements beyond Phylum Heights must be temporarily restricted.
That's a very unique way to treat a guest.
Major General, the Mayor and Yunquay Summit might not be too happy about that.
That's an order.
Yes, sir.
The people from Porcelumix are still waiting for me in Phylum Heights. Something about a banquet to welcome the Defense Force to Wi-Fi Peninsula. Typical corporate parasites. I'm afraid I won't be able to personally entertain...
Let's go, Mr. Ambassador.
Head held high. So we're stuck here.
Captain, Proxy made it through the interrogation unscathed.
No significant change in pulse, and your face isn't too pale. Looks like you passed the test. You look so frail, Proxy. Who would have thought you had the makings of a soldier tough enough to endure enemy torture?
Since you already see me as a villain, it's only natural I've learned how to avoid torture, right?
The Major General may be tough to deal with, but interrogating the Mayor's envoy? That kind of thing doesn't happen in the Obsidian Division.
Temporarily restricting the Proxy's movements and communications. What does that mean?
It means we've got your precious Phaethon locked away. No way out, and no texting or calling family.
That's just so...
That's terrible!
What a shame. I never thought the legendary proxy Phaethon would end up getting caught one day.
On the plus side, at least the legendary proxy Phaethon was caught by Obel Squad. The Major General's idea of hospitality might be questionable, but for a soldier, orders are orders.
So, as much as we regret it, the legendary proxy Phaethon will have to stay put in Phylum Heights for a while.
You sure you're sorry, Captain? I'm pretty sure you were holding back a laugh just now.
Don't worry. Obel Squad and the Obsidian Division are the first line of defense against the Hollows. We'll wipe out the Exaltists faster than you'd think.
And then the Proxy will be free.
As ordered, a technician will now attach a tracker to the proxy and temporarily block all communication functions of their electronics. My apologies, Proxy.
For the Obsidian Division, orders carry more weight than mountains. I don't like restricting someone's freedom like this. And I'm not exactly your biggest fan. But I hope you won't hold it against Isolde or the squad.
I may not be a soldier, but I can understand the weight orders carry for all of you. If temporarily restricting my freedom helps the operation go smoothly and keeps the people of Waifei Peninsula safe, I'll gladly go along with it.
I never thought you'd show such resolve, Proxy. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on you while you're with us.
Captain Magus keeping an eye on you? Just a heads up, she's not exactly the caring type.
Once again, Proxy, you have my apologies.
As Master's supreme assistant and a thoughtful, all-purpose AI, I would never sit back helplessly while Master's freedom is being restricted, unlike the second assistant.
I honestly forget that Fairy exists in this game sometimes.
When will you finally understand that as his sibling, I'm irreplaceable?
Alright, you two, enough arguing. I'm just a pitiful, useless captured proxy here, while you two are elite hackers, okay?
Negative. Although Master was unfortunately captured, Master remains an elite hacking expert.
Save your useless sympathy, First Assistant. Luckily, not even the Hollows can interfere with the HDD's unique signal, so the Defense Force's jamming is barely an inconvenience.
Still, I was the one who actually encoded the anti-jamming signal.
Which means Wise can still reach me through the HDD, and EOS's deep dive can continue as planned.
I saw some new data with my eye implants in the hollow. I need you to run some calculations. Whether or not the military's info checks out, nothing is more trustworthy than your calculations, Fairy.
Affirmative. Additionally, I've made a full copy of the military intel files that EOS and Master saw.
If the Defense Force comes knocking because you did something without permission, make sure they know Second Assistant and your Master had nothing to do with it. Anyway, leave the rest to me and Fairy Wise, just like always.
Then leave clearing out the hollow to me and Opal Squad, just like always.
The Defense Force's mission is bound to be dangerous. Be careful, Wise.
They love to do these now.
All units be advised. At 3 o'clock, 300 meters. A cluster of something's off. Are those humans coming out of there? Hey, look! Someone's crawling out of the Miami.
Why are they wearing Defense Force uniforms?
They're coming closer. And they're armed! We're under attack! Fight back! Enemy spotted at 3 o'clock. More at 5 o'clock.
Oh, is it the Exaltus troops in disguise?
They're bleeping out the bad words.
No, they emerged from the miasma. They're definitely not alive.
What the are we seeing the dead in broad daylight?
Ethereal or monster, just take them down. Reporting in. We've got casualties. We've got another wave of hostiles closing in on the right. We need backup.
Creator! Don't let joy blind you, my dear brother. Until we stand before the Creator, every miracle is just a small step toward the gate of the final domain.
Don't worry. My joy hasn't clouded my judgment, and my knowledge as a researcher remains sharp. The large-scale miasma activation experiment has already begun ahead of schedule. They'll never catch up to us on our path to the Creator.
So a bang boop having intel. Okay.
The Exaltists have already figured out that we're launching a full-scale operation? So far, only Obel Squad's scouting mission involved direct combat. What that recon team ran into was likely just an unfortunate accident. But your operation was flawless, and no part of the plan was leaked. That means either the Exaltists are more perceptive than we thought, or some unit acted outside my command and carried out an unsanctioned mission.
But Lorenz handed over command of this operation to you.
So if we rule out interference from higher up, the only one who could have mobilized troops without the Colonel's approval is...
Only the Major General himself.
Looks like Colonel Isolde has it even tougher than I do when it comes to dealing with a demanding superior.
Orphe, you don't actually think I'm that difficult to deal with, do you?
At this point, arguing with my superior won't do any good.
So if we want the raid to stay on track, we'll have to strike even faster.
While I usually think you're a little too reckless, Magus, this time, I agree with you. Swift as the wind, fierce as fire, and unknowable as shadow. That's the essence of Blitz tactics. At least according to a Yunque Summit scroll. Since the enemy already knows we're coming, let's seize this rare opportunity and strike before they're ready.
Obel Squad, gear up and get ready!
Yes, Captain Magus!
I'm about to start deploying troops to launch the offensive. Proxy, both the battlefield and the hollows can shift in an instant. Make sure you're fully prepared. We aren't as ready as we could have been. The Obsidian Division will handle the battlefield, but when it comes to the hollow, you're the only one we can count on.
Leave it to me. On my reputation as a legendary proxy, and my honor as the mayor's envoy, I won't let you down. I'm counting on all of you, too. Please don't betray the trust that people have placed in the Defense Force.
Save it. We're well aware.
What the captain means is, Obel never fails a mission.
The unexpected deployment of forces beyond Isolde's plan has put the Exaltists on high alert. Like a startled bird ready to flee. We can't risk the Exaltist core members escaping right under our noses. We have to strike quickly and hit their key bases.
Based on the intelligence we have, the target's stronghold in this operation...
I'm not usually one to spoil the mood, but from what I've seen of the Exaltists, they're not that easy to pin down. Which raises the question, can we really trust the intel from the Defense Force?
You really know your way around intelligence and information warfare, Proxy. But it's Isolde's strategy and intel that have been key to the Defense Force's success so far. I understand your concerns, but I've no reason to doubt the reliability of Isolde.
Captain Magus, you sure have a lot of trust in Commander Isolde, don't you?
That's because Captain Magus and Commander Isolde were comrades in arms. They fought side by side years ago.
Technically, fighting side by side isn't exactly accurate, but yes, Isolde and I go way back. She's a comrade, a senior, and my commanding officer. In fact, Obel Squad itself wouldn't exist without Isolde's support and guidance. If I can't trust Isolde, then there might not be anyone left in Obsidian Division I can trust.
I understand. So please believe me. When I'm acting as your proxy, my one and only goal is to lead you all to where you're meant to be.
The Defense Force people are here.
Yeah. Who goes there? Petty thugs, blocking the way to the Creator.
The Creator will not forgive me. Our sacrifice.
Oh, now they're giving us premium
the way
tea.
for our master's return.
I got
Engaging head on. Recalibrating.
Reporting it! I've been on standby for this all years. Not over yet!
Which unit are you in? According to Commander Isolde's orders, aside from Obel Squad, there shouldn't be any other squads assigned to raid this base.
Isolde may be the acting commander for this op, but our squad reports to Major General Lorenz.
So, these idiots are the ones who alerted the Exaltists to our plan. And it was all under orders from the Major General?
Mind your tone. The Major General sent us because he was worried you wouldn't be able to handle this alone. We're here to support the operation.
Support the operation? We were just out there fighting alone as a single squad.
That's right, and we really do appreciate it. Without you taking the brunt of the Exaltists' attention, we couldn't have made it to their headquarters from the flank so smoothly. We have to apologize. We accidentally beat you to it and ended up taking the credit for wiping out the Exaltist's main base.
Credit? That's meaningless. Is this really the attitude of new recruits in Obsidian Division these days?
Acting all high and mighty. You're just a gun. Do you really think yourself so important? I may be a rookie, but at least I'm not a washed-up old dog like you.
Watch it! The captain has given everything to protect the city.
It's okay, Orphe. As long as they really did take out the Exaltists, then they've helped safeguard New Eridu, which makes them our comrades.
Even among comrades, there are plenty of annoying ones. If you ask me, we should just take this guy away and cover it up as an accident caused by an Exaltist attack.
Hey, are you threatening me?
Stay focused, soldier. Answer me. Has the Exaltist's base been completely cleared?
Several creatures took advantage of the chaos to escape. We had other orders to carry out, so we didn't have time to pursue them while clearing the base.
Other orders? What could be more important than wiping out the Exaltists?
Bunch of fools. They can't even handle something this simple properly. Opal soldiers, let's move out. Once again, it's up to us to clean up after these fools. Opal, gear up and get ready.
Yes, Captain Magus. The Exaltists are fleeing in all directions.
Second-rate.
Okay, I keep forgetting to hold that.
Who would ever call this an ambush?
Oh? Here. Here. Elite targets have appeared.
Elite targets. Just the kind of fight Opal Squad's been waiting for.
Increase firepower.
I can't really control my strength.
I feel like Orphe was supposed to be the first character overseas, but that's just, I don't know. That's
Everything
just
is moving
a
along
preference,
smoothly,
I guess.
Mr. Lucro.
We'll be counting on you again this time.
Major General Lorenz, you're here in the Hollow. In person?
You're the squad his oldest spoke so highly of. Codename Obel, wasn't it? This is quite a surprise. You arrived even faster than I expected. It's just as Colonel Isolde said, you're quite a capable squad.
Given that you're leading this entire operation, I'd expect you to be at the command post. And the person with you is...
You must be Mr. Lucro. We met briefly at the reception banquet for the Porcelumex safety inspection.
A reception banquet for a safety inspection? That makes no sense.
This, gun certainly has a blunt matter of speech. Anyway, we are acquainted from the banquet, aren't we? Also involved with the Obsidian Division, I see. For someone so young, you must have made quite the impact with the military.
Not so, Mr. Lucro. This gentleman is the mayor's envoy, specially sent by the kind-hearted Mr. Mayflower to oversee our work.
I'm just doing my duty. Please.
Okay, I
Title
think
of
we
honor
saw him
is
at
a
the
bit too much.
banquet.
I feel like it's a little too high and
that's where I'm spacing out.
So
Like,
you're
why do
a
I know this
distinguished
guy
guest
already?
From city administration. My apologies. Please excuse the poor welcome.
With the Alice Yuzuha story.
So, what brings you here, Major General, Mr. Lucro, and these troops who've been acting without Colonel Isolde's orders?
My troops and I have our reasons for being here. You're a veteran, Captain Magus. Even if you don't fully grasp what overstepping means, you should at least know not to ask about classified military matters. Mind your tongue, Captain. After all, besides your sharp tongue, there's not much else you have left.
Major General, shouldn't we be going? Staying too long in areas with high ether activity isn't good for my health.
You're right, Mr. Lucro.
Aside from that clerk I met at the Special Military Affairs desk, these are honestly the two most annoying people I've ever had to listen to. Sorry, Captain Magus. It was wrong of me to speak disrespectfully about a commanding officer.
I'll let it slide this time, Orphe. If I weren't afraid of getting you all tried at a military tribunal, I'd have turned every curse word into high-energy laser blasts right at their faces.
This place is not only a key Exaltus stronghold, but also one of their major research facilities. Porcelumex's other executive had previously worked with the Exaltists. Many of their facilities were originally Porcelumex's assets as well, and now under Lucro's lead, Porcelumex has formed ties with the defense force. It's clear why they're here.
You're making my head spin. Isn't it just those two plotting how to profit?
Goodness, Commander Lorenz is such a bad person.
Orphe is still caught up in that naive teenage mindset of seeing the world in just good and bad.
Goodness, Orphe. You really are a fool. But I can't say you're wrong this time. They chose to meet in the Hollow, likely to stay under the radar. Either way, Obol's mission continues. Everyone, we keep pursuing the escaping Exaltists.
Yes, Captain Magus.
They're trying to open the path to the creator. Okay. So I know I saw something with Sarah, and it was definitely telling that she definitely gets what she wanted. So they just think they won pretty much.
Everyone, the Exaltis, the threat that plagued Waifei Peninsula, have been wiped out under our thunderous assault. Once again, we've brought justice and victory to the people of New Eridu, like every triumph before. Give it up for yourselves, soldiers! Cheer for victory!
And let's hear it for our brilliant commander, Major General Lorenz!
I hate to be that guy, but isn't it a bit early to celebrate?
That commander sure seems to be soaking up the cheers.
A typical big shot, huh?
You're right to be concerned, Proxy. There are still Exaltist stragglers roaming inside and outside the Hollow, and the Obscura in the city haven't been fully inspected yet.
As far as I know, the key Exaltus leaders are still at large. They've managed to slip away after every encounter so far. The Exaltus will remain a threat until they're eliminated. Even though Mevarok was severely injured by Yishuan Shifu, and the Exaltus suffered heavy losses, there's still no sign of them backing down. Miasma activity is still spreading. Key people like Sarah still hold major influence.
Yishuan, High Preceptor of Yunquai Summit? I've heard the name before.
How come I don't see Colonel Isolde anywhere? As the operations leader, shouldn't she be here to celebrate?
Isolde has been unwell recently, and went back to the city to rest. She's also been absent from meetings over the past few days.
Maybe the commander's like Proxy and isn't fond of these kinds of gatherings. She might have just found an excuse to slip away.
You might be right. That does sound like
Or she's
her.
working something in the
We've
background.
dealt a heavy blow to the Exaltists. And after fighting on the verge of life and death, the soldiers really needed a victory to boost their morale.
That doesn't sound like something our strict Captain Magus would say.
Think of it as me trying to lift everyone's spirits. As soldiers, it is our duty to obey orders. So even when we have doubts, we can't launch investigations on our own.
If you take action without orders, you'll be standing trial at a military tribunal. I might not mind, but I'm sure Seed Sr. would stop us.
I don't want anyone ending up in front of a military tribunal either.
Right. Since it is a military order, the Major's restriction on you can't be lifted until the operation is officially concluded. Sorry about that, Proxy.
I understand. Obel Squad and all the other soldiers have already given so much to protect New Eridu. Everyone should enjoy this hard-earned victory.
Thank you, Proxy.
Ops is here now. Okay. Damien, he's been a reoccurring, like,
Actually,
character
I've
at
already
this
heard
point.
about Lucro personally entering the Hollow and the Major General's movements. Besides relocating Porcelumex and the Exaltis stock of Porcelume, they're rounding up trusted members who served under Ferox, including my poor colleagues who fled into the Hollow's labs, fearing a purge. The dust hasn't even settled, yet they're already discarding what they no longer need, proving that the only thing crueler than one ruthless boss is another. I have no place in Tops any longer, and the Defense Force won't seek justice for a stray like me.
Excuse me?
Even though you played a major role in taking down Ferox, your new boss won't tolerate you for long, will he?
Exactly. I can't stand stray dogs like you always sniffing out scraps to survive. Like I ever had a choice. I'm just trying to stay alive. Honestly, I was already planning to turn to you and Yunquai Summit for help. Regardless of our differences, you are among the few in Waifei Peninsula who have the power, care about justice, and are willing to hear me out. A stray like me is used to bowing and begging.
Okay, this is actually kind of unique to his character.
Unfortunately,
And
no matter
saying
how
he's
much power
used
we
to
might have,
bowing and
we're just as constrained as you are now.
Begging?
I can't contact anyone at Rinquay Summit for assistance either. But if it's to keep you safe...
It's all right. Just when I was at my wit's end, Miss Savior appeared.
Hiya! I'm
Oh.
the savior he was talking about.
And this is the
Most company employees usually
full
see
Thyron
me
that they've
as a
been talking about.
disaster. Who would have thought I'd ever be called a savior?
Allow me to introduce you. This is Miss Zhao from TOPS, affiliated with the Krampus Compliance Authority.
Nice to meet you, Miss Zhao. The Krampus Compliance Authority. Is that the name of another company within TOPS? It doesn't sound as familiar to me as the other big companies.
That's all right. Most people haven't heard of it. Krampus isn't actually a company. Our role is to inspect, decide on, and enforce regulations. Brutal competition is an inherent flaw of the market system. For the members at the round table, it doesn't matter if the company's executives are tearing each other apart. However, the condition is that all actions by the company and its management must comply with the core rules and interests of the Alliance. The business game doesn't always let us play by the rules. That's the round table's mercy. But when those rule breakers go too far, the strict mother reaches out with her black branch. This time, Porcelumix has clearly stepped out of line.
I think I get why the corporations might see members of Krampus as a disaster. Even so, having regulators like you is probably a key reason TOPS has managed to maintain its strong position in the city.
So, it's not hard for you to understand why I see Miss Zhao as my savior, right?
We'll only know whether I'm your savior or your disaster once all the investigations are complete.
Better than letting someone like Lucro treat you like a fish on a chopping board, right?
Although he's not really a friend, I do have some understanding of the way Damien does things. He's determined to survive this brutal game, but he's also someone who would never cross the line.
Huh. You've got sharp and beautiful eyes. I hope you'll never become the enemy of Krampus. And that when those eyes look at me again, they won't be filled with hostility, Mr. Wise.
She's an interesting character, but she's with TOPS. Alright, let's see what's gonna happen next. I don't know, we're making progress here. I don't know if we're gonna finish the story today though.
Soldier Orphe!
You two again? Now you have the proxy as an accomplice too?
It's not what it looks like, Orphe. I had no idea those two were planning to scare you.
Captain Magus is asleep. Don't wake her up. We should let her rest.
Is it time for the captain's self-diagnostics?
Is Orphe more worried about waking the captain or about the captain catching you secretly enjoying some prohibited items?
Excuse me. First of all, my concern for the captain is absolutely genuine. Second, the field manual doesn't list lemon-flavored chips under prohibited foods during deployment. I have every right to protest Captain Magus's executive decision to declare all snacks as prohibited.
Oh. Then why doesn't Orphe protest when the captain's actually awake?
I'm sure Orphe has her own reasons.
Anyway, if Orphe doesn't want us to tell the captain...
How about sharing some of those lemon chips with us?
Seed and Trigger are robbing me again!
Isn't this just a regular part of our night ops briefing?
The law doesn't punish the majority, Orphe.
Then, the proxy should also share the responsibility.
A special mission to get rid of lemon-flavored chips? Count me in.
Proxy, there's something I need to talk to you about. It's about the captain.
Let me guess. It's something that you can only say when Captain Magus is asleep?
That's right. Proxy, I want to apologize on behalf of the captain for her bad attitude toward you during the mission. But there's a reason why the captain acted that way.
I trust you, Orphe. Just like you trust Captain Magus. Come to think of it, you and Magus make quite the unique team. A soldier paired with an intelligent weapon construct.
An intelligent construct? No, the captain is more than that. Can I trust you, Proxy?
You can trust me, just like how you trust Captain Magus.
I'm just a gunner. A soldier, here to support Captain Magus. Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special. You're one of a kind. That's how they would comfort me. If Captain Magus and the others were here, but no. I know that I'm not someone special. From the moment I was born, being a gunner has been my sole purpose and mission. In the disaster 11 years ago, New Eridu lost so much. It lost so many of its soldiers. The Defense Force's last remaining gemstone, Obsidian Division, also suffered heavy losses. At the time, the military had launched various research projects. Enhanced soldiers, cybernetic soldiers even. Cloned soldiers. It sounds brutal, doesn't it? But if it weren't for these cruel projects, Obsidian Division might never have lasted this long. I was also born at that time, cloned from a legendary soldier, and designed to aid that legendary soldier as an assistant. That legendary soldier's military codename was Magus. The soldier's original body has long been destroyed. All that remains now is a backup of her consciousness, or what you could call her soul, stored within the weapon. Even in death, she's still wielded as a weapon by the Defense Force. Though Captain Magus always says it's what she wanted, is it really a blessing? Or a curse? All things considered, I'm quite lucky. Selfish, even. I stole her body, her name. You could even say I stole her life. But Captain Magus has never cared about that. She'd just say to me, Orphe, my life was far too boring. You should live your own life. I know the looks in my comrades' eyes often carry sympathy or pity, mockery, or even disgust. Still, I can't help I met Captain Magus, I met Obel Squad, and even crossed paths with someone I know there's nothing special about the way I was born, but that you all keep telling me, Orphe, you're being too hard on Yet. The cold glass tanks, the tasteless nutrient fluids, those eyes filled with sympathy, pity, mockery, or disgust. They all proved one thing. I'm nothing special, but you all keep telling me over and I can leave those glass tanks in the past. I just don't want to rather than those cold, lifeless glass tanks. I want the our pasts. Although Captain Magus often jokingly calls you the villain, our pasts are not what define us. As a proxy, I believe in you.
Okay, so some backstory and some grief from her. Make sure I blame this, just in case I don't finish it. Alright, so I do think that is going to be it for today. I thought I'd do a little bit more, but I am feeling it right now, probably from the long week I've had. But yeah, I'll probably come back to do more of this either tomorrow or next week. I'm not exactly sure, but
Wanna be my research
I
subject?
hope you all have a good weekend, and I will see you next time. Bye.